it's time for yoga. Thank you for joining me for the 30-day yoga challenge. We are on day 6. It is Saturday, so afternoon, evening yoga. Here we go. Let's start in a standing position. Find our toes, lifting up. We've already done some activities today, so we do a lot of recovery moves today. Begin moving from side to side. Reach and stretch, cross body. Later in the day, your spine should be pretty warmed up already. But let's take an inhale and grab your hands up above and take a nice little back bend. And release all the way to the floor. Doesn't matter if your knees are bent, that's fine. Check in with your lower back, your hamstrings, see where they are right now. Come on back up. Woo. Kick the hips to the left, stretch it out. And to the right, stretch it out. And release. Hands behind, grasp your hands, interlock, and begin pulling the shoulder blades together at the top. And see if you can pull your hands away from your spine. That's a hard one for me. The shoulder flexibility needs to improve. Okay, I'm distracted here, and release. And let your arms go each direction, and hold. The other side, hold. Arms overhead, and a left elbow down the back. See if the time of day has any bearing on how flexible your hands are. Scoop that other hand around. Oh, almost. Getting there. Improving that shoulder flexibility. So good for our swimming. Shoulder and lats. And release. Arms overhead. Take the right elbow. And down the back. Flip the left arm around. Ooh, always a challenge. And release. Ooh. And bring it all the way forward. Forward fold. So we're going to drop our hands and take our legs wide for a wide-legged forward fold. Ease into it. Take it wherever your hands can go. If you can get your palms down, that's great. If you can get the top of your head down, that's great. You can even grab a block and try to aim to get your head down onto the block. Main thing, release that head, release the upper torso. Let the weight of your torso pull the body down. Let your body work for your body. And while we're down here, just walk those hands out and bring the feet together for down dog. Walk it forward and all the way up. Hands overhead. And hands to the side. Shoulder rolls, just a couple. And roll the head real quick, just 1 or 2 times. Ooh, now we're going to raise our hands and sit down in our chair. Ground down through the feet. Don't let your knees come beyond your toes. Take a few breaths here. And take it down just a little deeper. You can change your hands up to the hips if you like, or even put your hands on your thighs. And release all the way up. Whew. Now we're going to do that again, and we're going to add a little twist. Sit back in your chair. Woo! Don't fall off your chair. Take your hands to center and twist it to the right. Back through center and twist to the left. Pressing the palms together. Eventually, this pose will become something like this. We've got our hands open and revolved. Whoop. We'll get there. Take this, this part of the pose if you've got it. Release. Other side one more time. You can even take your hand down to the floor if you like. And release all the way up. Whoosh. Wringing out the internal organs. And all the way down. Drop your hands, drop your feet. Woo. Down dog. Pedal it out. And come into plank. Back to down dog. And plank. Down dog to plank. 2 more times. Down dog to plank. 1 more time. Down dog to plank. This time drop it down into chaturanga. Up dog. What's up dog? Pressing back to all fours. Whew. Widen the knees slightly. Walk a little bit closer to the front of your mat. I always tend to get bunched up at the back of my mat. And take those hips to the right. Hips to the left. Ooh, that one's cranky. 1 more time each side. Ooh. Ooh. And paddle the feet. And we're going to take our right leg up and cross it behind the left leg and sit down as far as we can. A fun way to stretch the hip after a hard day of riding. The outside of the hip. And bring it back to center. Take the left leg behind and cross behind the right and sit. And release. 1 more time each side. Right leg back, cross it over behind and sit down. It's almost like a half standing shoelace. And release, other side, left leg back, and cross it behind, and down. And release. Whew. Shake it out, shake it out. While we're here, drop to the forearms. Raise those hips. Hop up onto your toes for dolphin. Pressing through the shoulders, pressing through the forearms. Drop the knees and scoop those hips up. Little arch in the back for puppy dog pose. Dolphin to puppy. Curl those toes under 1 more time and lift the hips up for dolphin. Gazing forward. Bring your head a little bit closer to your hands this time. And drop the knees. Extend for puppy. You can even drop your head to the floor. and release. Coming back up to all fours. Let's thread the needle. Take that right arm right through, right ear to the floor. 3 or 4 good breaths here. And release. And the left arm, thread the needle, left ear to the floor. Stretching the shoulder, upper back, and a little bit of a twist at the same time. And release. Come on up. Cross your feet in the back. And come on to a nice easy seat. Woo. Woo. Shoulders, let's do the shoulders one at a time. Stretch the back of the shoulder blades. In the other direction. Excellent. Let's find our deer pose again. We've done this one before. Point that back foot. And keep the right leg active. You can flex the foot here and grab the ankle. This is your starting point. Nice slight bend to the torso here. So we're getting a nice stretch through this side of the body. We're also stretching our targeted quad here. You can also take the hand the other direction and pull it up even farther if you need a deeper stretch. And of course the corollary to this one is we then come on up to our knees and do this way. The seated version, we were doing the seated version of this. And if you have it, you can add the other hand and add in a twist to the other side. And release, coming back down. Other side. Keep that left foot active. Point the right toe. Grab the ankle and begin your stretch. Your bend to the right. Pull the, concentrate on this quad right here. When you're ready, flip your hand and pull it up even farther. Opening, this actually opens the chest a little bit more too when you rotate the hand. You can use your left hand for support, either on your other leg or the floor. And let's bring that up into the knee part of that. Woo. And release. Back to all fours. You know what's coming next, don't you? Right knee slides forward and across. Left leg floats back, extended all the way. Find that piriformis, that inner thigh. Whoosh. The other side of the hip flexor, the internal part of the hip flexor. Drop it down into your sleeping pigeon if you like. You can rest your head on your hands or a block or a pillow. Whatevs. Take about 5 or 6 breaths here. Really let it unwind. And release. Coming back up, let's unwind and bring the left leg forward, sliding that right leg all the way back and flat. Take notice of how different each side of your body is. Each side of our body is unique in its own right. Drop it down into sleeping pigeon If you like, you can always stay at the other length, the other version of it as well. Rock it back and forth, or just let your body relax. About 5 or 6 breaths here. And release, bring it back up, and unwind from that, however makes sense to you. Cross your ankles in the back, and we're going to come onto our backs. Grab a block if you've got one handy. We're going to do our supported bridge here. Oh, first of all, let's grab both of our knees and rock from side to side. That feels so good on the lower back. Oh, mini massage time. And release. Feet to the floor. Let's roll those shoulders under. Pop the hips up and find your block height that you like for your supported bridge. Ground down through the heels. Try and lift a little bit higher. Maybe get that next height a little bit more. Practice that one a little bit more. Get a little higher. Get it on the highest part of the block. It's a great stretch for the lower back, for the whole back really, the whole spine. Just feels alive after this. Roll those shoulders down, under you. Lift the chest, open the chest. Press through the heels. You can even begin to think about positioning your feet so that you're steady. Press through the backs of the arms and lift one foot. Stabilize through the heel and the back of the arms. It's also a good tricep workout. Hold that foot up and release. Feel the shifting of your lower back. Press down through the arms again. Press through the left heel and raise that right foot. Feel how the weight distribution shifts. We want to start getting as close to even with our weight distribution, even when we have a leg lifted or a hand lifted. That's part of the fun of it, of engaging the core and the glutes. Finding new ways to stabilize ourselves. Press through the back of those arms. That really helps. And the back of the heel. Nice and strong. Whew. And release. Take the block out. Roll it down nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Release the shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. Release the tension and any of the tension in the upper back. While you're doing that, let's windshield the knees from side to side. Again, getting a little bit of that lower back massage. Ooh. Feels good. And let's end somewhere in the center here. Unwind our arms and take the soles of the feet together in our butterfly. You can flutter your butterfly or bring it on up. Support your back and bring it on up. Woo! Here we go. You can always roll to the side and just do a gentle come up on that one. Whew. Take stock of where the arches are right now. If you had a long ride today, which most of us did, pay some attention to your feet. Work your toes the opposite direction. Unfold your feet. Open your feet up. Give them a little bit of attention. Pressing down through the balls of the feet. Just kind of massage that area. And get into those calves if you've got them. I like to roll the calves to the front. Roll. Little recovery. Kind of gives you chills after a while. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then roll in the other direction. And do the same thing with the thighs. Bring the legs out, feet out just a little farther so you've got more room to work with the thighs. Rolling the thighs to the front. Just kind of wakes up the fascia. We usually have some sort of little chunky knots under there after a long ride. And just start getting in there. And take your thighs backwards a little bit. And release. Whew. Cross those feet. Find a nice, easy seat. If you always do this easy seat, make sure that you're alternating your legs from time to time so that your legs can become more even. Okay? Balance. Balance and evenness is what we're going for the most part in yoga. Balance, equality, unity. So if you always do it that way, do it this way from time to time. Reverse the feet. All right, hands overhead. We're going to take a nice gentle twist to the right. Grab the right thigh. Support yourself behind with the right hand. Do a nice gentle twist here. Take about 5 or 6 deep breaths. And coming through center, go right into the left twist. Right hand on the left thigh, left hand supporting behind, chest nice and high. About 5 or 6 breaths here to the left. And release to center. Ooh, round the back and open. Round the back and open. Round the back one more time and open. Ooh. And take your legs into, you can stay in easy seat if you like. I'm going to go into lotus here. You can do half lotus, easy seat, whatever makes you feel good. For just a moment of silence, 1 minute. You can put your hands anywhere you like. You can, if you know a mudra, you can use that. Whew. Deep breath, shoulders back, eyes forward, gaze soft or close your eyes. If you're focusing on something across the room, kind of blur your vision. Take just 1 full minute and just silence. And release. Begin wiggling your fingers and release. Release your legs from whatever hold you had. Whew. Just come into a nice, comfortable position. Side to side, get a little movement back in, open your eyes. And thank you for joining me for day 6 of the 30-day yoga challenge. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Have a great run tomorrow.